We pulled some of those New York Times headlines you just mentioned. Tom Friedman, Joe Biden is a good man and a good president. He must bow out of the race. Frank Bruni, Biden cannot go on like this. Patrick Healy, I'm hearing high anxiety from Democrats over Biden's debate performance. Michelle Cottle, Ross Douthat, and Ezra Klein, is Biden too old? America got its answer. And then I'll give you this clip from the New York Times daily podcast called The Daily, which is must-listen podcasting for virtually all Democrats this morning.
After one of Biden's more meandering answers, Trump responds with a quip that really said what everyone was thinking.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Saying that I don't know what Biden said at the end of the sentence, and I don't know if he does either.
This is the first presidential election since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade.
It feels like a strong topic for Biden in this part of the debate was going to be abortion.
Which returned the issue of abortion to the states.
Correct.
And the moderators bring it up. And it felt like low-hanging fruit, an opportunity for Biden to blame Trump for the fall of Roe versus Wade and score some real points on the board. But it didn't feel like that's what happened.
No, it didn't. And he kind of botched that framing.
Which had 3 trimesters. The first time is between the woman and the doctor. Second time is between the doctor and an extreme situation. The third time is between the doctor, between the woman and the state.
He was trying to seemingly make an analogy about trimesters that didn't really come through very clearly. And so that, I think, was a moment where when the moderator brought it up, you would feel Democrats think, okay, this is something that might play better for us than the economy or immigration. But like a lot of things in this debate, Biden just didn't seem to put it together that well.
Steve, they would never have done this if they did not believe there was a chance they could get Biden off this ticket. Because if they don't think that, then they're just bloodying up their nominee, and they really do see Trump as the devil. So they would never do this if they didn't think there was a realistic chance of bouncing him out.
Megyn Kelly, you just found the buried lead. You're 1,000% correct. Axelrod and Van Jones would have never said that when they came back. None of that. The New York Times, that podcast is massive. That podcast is massive. That kind of, like morning show, it sets the morning narrative. It sets the narrative for the day. No. They know they have an issue, and they know they think they have a solution for it. They've never ever done this because all that's going to be able to play back. That political train has left the station. I think it's just how you execute. It's all about execution now.
Well, what about on the subject of execution?
Yep.
What do they do about Kamala? Because, for months now, we've had some prominent liberal voices like Sonny Hostin over at The View saying, you can't just bounce us out. You can't just take the black female vice president and bounce her out and think we're going to accept that just because you happen to bounce in a female black woman like Michelle Obama. She's not bounceable. And yet you know as well as I do, the Democratic Party doesn't like Kamala Harris.
Well, and I think they gave her a small tryout last night. Megyn, it's pretty extraordinary on a night of a presidential debate, particularly one that's so historic and coming so first, that they rolled her out both the CNN and MSNBC, and she once again failed miserably. You can't even answer a straight question with coherent thought. She's only a couple of notches down from the impaired Joe Biden. So these people are all about power. They play smash mouth. And I agree with you. It's a problem, but it's not an unsolvable problem. You have Pastor Warnock in Georgia. You have Michelle Obama. There's not going to be a perfect fit. And that's why, quite frankly, I go back to the process. We have to make it as painful as possible on the political side. We have to make it as least painful on the country side with the crisis and the constitutional crisis. We have to make it very painful on the process, on the political side, and this is where this comes in. They don't have a simple and easy solution. I don't think they have an elegant solution unless it's somehow Michelle Obama, and they're going to get Sotomayor to step down and put Kamala Harris on the Supreme Court. There'll be some 3-card monte to this. But you nailed it. They're not going to come out. These guys, the day before, it's all Biden, and then to have that shift. When you went back to MSNBC on the panel, it was like they were sitting Shiva right there.
Yes.
It was an Irish wake. They were stunned.
You contrast that,
silence.
Steve, with what we saw after the Trump conviction or the Trump indictment for that matter, where they were positively gleeful. They really looked like someone died last night, and it was their presidential hopes. It's true. This just in from Kenneth Vogel, a New York Times reporter. I am hearing that some Democratic donors are backing out of Biden's fundraiser tonight at the Hammerstein Ballroom in Manhattan with Elton John. And this could happen over and over. The first comment is, "Don't let the sun go down on me." Do you ever think, how can I work this hard and still be in debt? Been there. The piles of overdue bills, the threatening phone calls, the sick feeling in your stomach, never having money to do anything, much less solve your debt problem. It just won't stop. If you are trapped in debt, Done with Debt can be a way out. Now, these guys have developed aggressive new strategies to end your debt permanently. Done with Debt stands between you and your harassing bill collectors. Wouldn't that be nice? They tirelessly negotiate with your creditors to lower or even forgive what you owe. And they do it all without bankruptcy or new loans. One client said, "One phone call saved us a fortune. I wish we did this long ago." Done with Debt has unique strategies to get you out of debt faster and put more money in your pocket every month. But you need to hurry because some debt solutions are time sensitive and you don't want to miss out. Visit donewithdebt.com. Talk with one of their debt relief strategists for free. You have nothing to lose except your debt. Go to donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.